Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see about the locators, the continuation of locators. So in this video, we are going to particularly focus on XPath. So from the beginning, see the XPath in details. Before getting started with the video, if you are new to this channel, do subscribe and hit on the bell icon. So whenever I upload a new video, you will be getting a notification on it. Follow me on my Instagram page. I will give you guys the link in the description. Check it out. So let's get started with the video.
So now we are going to start off with the main locator. Okay, so this locator is the least preferred among the locators, but this locator is the most used locator. Okay, so that locator is nothing but XPath. Basically what XPath means is XML path. The abbreviation of XPath is XML path. So we have two types of XPath. So let's tell two types of XPath. First one is absolute XPath, and the second one is relative XPath. So here absolute XPath is not preferred. I will be explaining what is absolute and what is relative, but before that let me tell it is not preferred. What you mean by absolute XPath is the XPath will start from the base location, or you can tell the XPath that is starting from the root node. Go to this same. Let me do it for the login button, or else you can do it for input tag as well. Keep the selector and place there. So once after you have placed, just go right click and you have here copy full XPath. Just copy this XPath and paste it here. So this is an actual XPath. If you notice, you can see why I told this it starts from the root node is, you can see from the HTML tag, then you have the body tag, then you have div1, div1, div1. What it is telling, it is starting from the root node, which is from HTML. You have the body. So inside body, after all these divs, you have the class here. It is telling, okay, you have the particular input field inside this. This is what the absolute XPath is telling, because it is giving the value which is there. It is giving the current value which is there. So imagine if tomorrow they are removing one of the div tag from here, then what happens is the absolute is going to be the same, but we'll get an error. I'll give an example for this. Imagine your house is on 5th floor and you're vacating to the 2nd floor. So your previous address would be on the 5th floor, but your current address is on 2nd floor. Even though you're on 2nd floor, but your address shows in 5th floor. So what is the use of that? There's no use, right? We don't know when we will be changing each element. We'll change the design. All those things are there, right? We might not exactly know that this will be here. So absolute XPath will give the exact location with the current. In this case, what it becomes is we might not know when we are going to change what we are going to change. That is the reason we don't prefer absolute XPath. Here I write starts from the base, or you can tell from the root node. Coming back to relative XPath. So relative XPath, it can start from anywhere. It is not said that it will start from the base or from the root node. It is said that it can start from anywhere. Imagine I have an input tag here on this div tag, right? I can start from here itself, or I can start from input tag itself. So that is relative XPath. So what is the advantages? we are going to get the exact location. Even if we change, that XPath will not be changed. So that is one of the best way that to find the XPath and use that XPath, because the value will not be changed. If you are starting from the root node, it will be changed. But if you are starting for the particular thing, it won't be changed, right? Let me tell. It can be started from anywhere, and related XPath we'll use double slash. Okay, double slash. Wherein for actual XPath we will use single slash for absolute. Let me give an example for relative. Coming to relative, there is one more thing that you have to understand. Relative XPath, you can take the XPath with the help of attribute, else you can take the XPath with the help of one method. The method that is used in relative XPath, before giving example, I just want to tell, because there are two examples for this, one with attributes and another one with method. Methods used in relative XPath, we have one method which is text. Okay, so text is one method which is used to get the XPath in relative XPath. See the example or syntax. Let's say syntax for relative XPath with method. Let's first write the syntax and then I'll give the example. Syntax is like double slash. So I told that for relative we use double slash. Then we tell the tag name, which tag is that, and then we give the open and close, and then mention this method text is equal to, give the value of the text. Just tell this as text visible. So this is the actual syntax for relative XPath with method. So let's see the example. So example is that, suppose I am using an anchor tag. Guys, this slash here which I mentioned is for comment line. This slash is the actual syntax. So I'll just put it inside a curly bracket. Hope that doesn't confuse. We use slash for commenting. So this slash is not for commenting. It just comes with the syntax. Okay. And then let's move on to the example. So here example also I'll just give within brackets. Double slash anchor tag. Suppose anchor tag, if the tag name is anchor tag. Let's go here. I'm clicking on this forgot password. Okay, so the tag is a here, so I've used a tag here. And text, let's mention that method text is equal to, what is the text there? Forgotten password. So copy this forgotten password and paste it here. So this is actual syntax and this is an actual example. If you want, you can just copy this and go back, Control F, paste it. Yellow color is being marked on anchor tag, and here you can see it's 1 of 1. So always remember this. If it is 1 on 1, which means that is unique. Okay, if it is 1 of 2 or 1 of 50 or 1 of 100 or 1 of 5, that means that same name is being used somewhere else that many times. Always once cross check with this. This is the example of relative XPath with method. Now let us move on to relative XPath with attribute. Tell syntax for relative XPath with attributes. So let us tell double slash tag name. Okay, open close. For attribute name, we will be using at the rate id is equal to email. I'll just mention this. Okay. So at the rate id is equal to, here it should be at the rate attribute name, because we are giving the syntax and this has to be the value. Okay, this is the syntax for relative XPath with attribute name. Let's give an example for this. Go back to facebook.com, select on this email. I'm just going to tell. So the tag name there is input rate double slash input of, I can take id. So I'll just tell at the rate id is equal to, what is the value there? I'll just give email. ID value is email. So for cross checking, just copy this, go here and just paste. So you can see it is giving that yellow color mark on email input. So this is the relative XPath with attribute, and this is relative XPath with text. You can use any. For most of the link we use with method, and for most of the attributes and all we'll be going with attributes thing itself. Let's get into the other topic, which is axis. Okay, so coming back to XPath, we have one axis. So what is this axis means? In XPath, in relative XPath, we have four axes for now, which we have to know is four, which is parent, child, preceding and following sibling. So parent, child, preceding, sibling. Fourth one is following sibling. If you take logically, one child will have one parent, right? So always parent will be one. But one parent can have many children. Similar way, when one parent have many children, so there will be preceding and following. So preceding is before born, after born. So it's like that. Logically, this is what is there. It's just like a tree structure. Imagine one parent, okay, many children. But for one children, parent is one. Parent can have multiple children, but children cannot have multiple parents. This is the logic that we are going to implement here. So let's get into the example of this. Giving the HTML body so that we will understand a little bit much better. Okay. Okay. Imagine here I have one absolute XPath. So I mean I have one hierarchical structure of HTML. I have only this. Okay. Let me tell here also one div. And yeah. So here I have one hierarchical structure of HTML body, div and input tag. So let's understand from this which is parent, which is child, which is preceding sibling, which is following sibling. So how will you understand which is what? So for example, when you take this particular example, what you will understand is you have the value of this. Imagine you have the value only for this, but you have to find the value of this. How will you find? See, the value ID is given only for this. With the help of this input, I have to find the value, the exact location for this input. How will I do that? With the help of this concept, axis. Input of at the rate id is equal to C, the preceding sibling. Preceding means before. Following means after. So I have just given 1, 2, 3, 4. The preceding sibling of 3 is 2. How you know that the preceding is 2 is before. Preceding is one step before. So one step before of this we have is this 2. So what we tell is preceding sibling. So it will point to this input tag. Similar way, if I want following sibling, so what I will do is input of at the rate id is equal to C, because I have value only for that, and I will tell following sibling. That's it in this video, guys. Thanks for watching.